Well, hello there. This is Virtuals the Chess Noob, learning and having fun with chess. Playing a game on the Red Hill Lookout. Red Hill's located in Canberra, Australia, with my Chessnut airboard. And I had the black pieces, e4, e5, of course. Knight f3, knight c6. Opponent plays the Italian. Two knights defense. What I'm hoping for is they'll play the other knight. No, they play the modern bishop's opening. I have to admit, one of my least favourite openings to play against. Usually I'll play h6, basically to defend the g5 square. What will my opponent do? So they're rated under 1,000, playing very well actually. Best option's probably to develop their other knight, but they're having a good long think. A3, so not a bad move. And here I was wondering, do I develop my bishop out or immediately thrust forward, given I've got the opportunity to take the full centre. Eventually I think just bishop development is probably best. Here the best move for white, I think, is to develop their other knight. But what will white do? B4, simple, slide bishop out of the way. H3. So playing a little bit more slowly. Again, calculating. Do I take the immediate centre? Or do I just play d6, opening up the diagonal potentially for the bishop? I chose to play a little bit more conservatively with d6. Again, white's best move is probably developing their knight. So it's an interesting move. Bishop here, trying to pin. In the game, I was reasonably sure that was an inaccuracy, because I can now just short castles. That bishop is no longer pinning anything, and so slightly wasted move. Knight developing move makes sense, but they probably needed to commit with the bishop in that position to take my knight, because now I can attack that bishop. Thought about a6, also knight to attack the bishop, which potentially forces a trade. So push the knight forward, attacking bishop. This pretty much forces white to commit. And then my bishop captures, pinning. Bishop takes, pins the knight to the rook. Thought about, capturing with the pawn as well, but no, bishop is better. Can hear the Australian bird life in the background. What is white going to do? My hunch was that they were probably going to defend with their bishop like that. And yep, that's what they did. And at the end of this series of trades, there is material equality. But I, however, have more room, and also some of the initiative. So attack the bishop. Bishop has to retreat, and now potentially another attack. And I take the center. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, very powerful. Take. Take back. Bishop pretty much forced to retreat, one of those two squares. White has a good long think about this. Makes sense. Here I was thinking about attacking down the E file. I wasn't too sure though. I play e4. Now, Stockfish calls this a mistake, insofar we're back to equality. Yeah. This allows white to move their knight. They're defending. Makes sense. Stockfish didn't like this either. So a fairly complicated position. Here I thought about moving straight ahead. Do I put the rook behind it first? What's the best move? One of my advantages is that white's all cramped up on this side when the attack is probably going to be on the king side. However, not so obvious how to take advantage of that. Stockfish calls this a bit of an inaccuracy. Slightly ahead for me, minus 0.4. Pushing the e-pawn straight up was in fact better. So someone walking past on the track. So white short castles. Again, relative inaccuracy in a complicated position. About minus 1.5 in my advantage at the moment. The problem with that is that this now becomes quite a powerful move and fairly easy to find. Yeah. Stockfish calls this an excellent move. Yep. Person making a bit of a walk. Walking past again. And white thinks about this position for a while. It isn't the most obvious position to play. Knight e2. It makes sense, but it's a blunder. However, it does require me to play very accurately. Now, the first move is reasonably obvious. Pawn captures. Yep, with check. They move their king. Okay. Now here, the move I had to see was bishop captures. After they capture back, I now have knight jumps forward, defending that pawn. Now, if they think, let's take the knight, then I have the very, very lovely queen to h4 mate. So that's the attack I needed to see. And I needed to capture first, basically to keep white's eye off the pawn and also preventing that bishop from potentially defending against that mate. However, I didn't see that in this game. So I sort of pondered this for quite a while and eventually make a mistake because I couldn't see how to progress forward. Yeah, I just didn't see it, and eventually I played bishop to e5. That's a mistake, and I give up pretty much all of my advantage, minus 0.4 again. As expected, rook captures pawn. d4, so blocking that diagonal for that bishop, so basically taking that bishop out of the game. This diagonal, not really concerned about. Potentially future attack on that pawn, looking for sacrifices. Nothing there yet though. Relative inaccuracy by white. Easy to block, we can trade. That's okay for me. Had a bit of a think. Reasonably sure that was the best move. Well, the best move I could see anyway. Yep, bishop trades. Take back the queen. Now queen's developed. Rook's connected. Looking good. This is the Chessnut airboard. I think one of the best electronic chessboards if you wanted to play on chess.com against random opponents. Quite portable. I was doing some work in Canberra, travelled last week, well, the week I recorded this video. Had a day off, and so decided to make this video for you all. Really lovely board. If you want to get one on your own, have a look at the description for the link. And you can make use of my coupon code Chessnut64, get a very nice discount. Now, what is white going to do? Queen forward, yeah, it's a mistake, but kind of makes sense, right? It's not so clear. It's -3 here. They needed to expand on the queen side, but that's not an obvious move either. Now here, what I was thinking was there's potentially an attack there, you know, so maybe try to advance my knight. So, knight to h5 looked pretty good here. Yep, eventually made the move. Did think long and hard about it. One of my weaknesses is that I'm not necessarily so good with time when a position's complex. Down to 6 minutes now, opponent's still with 8. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Battery, staring down at my f7 pawn. Thinking of number of possibilities. Rook f8, rook g7, defending that pawn. Worried about those two moves. I could sort of move the f pawn up to f6. Risk of obviously with pushing pawns in front of a castled king. However, you know, quite well defended there. But, you know, a long-term potential weakness. What's the best move? Yeah, quite a quandary. Yeah, he eventually chose f6. Now, Stockfish actually does call this an inaccuracy. Thinks that rook e7 was better. Still not too bad, though. The goal at the moment is still trying to target that g3 square. Even better now with the knight, because there's a target like that. Stockfish actually doesn't really believe in that attack. Thinks it can be defended. Basically can be defended because white can just push g4. Yep. So both myself and white are, you know, battling over g3. It's interesting. Stockfish doesn't think there's anything there, but you know, when both of us see it, it might as well be real. Sort of calculating, piling on the pressure. Calculating queen g6. Again, adding a third attacker to the g3 square. Yep, decided to play it. And here, 3 attackers, 2 defenders. What is white going to do? As mentioned, Stockfish doesn't think that that was a good move. We're basically equal, minus 0.1, practically equality. I recently received my copy of Gotham Chess, so Levi Rosman's new chess book. I'm going through it at the moment. It's a pretty good book actually. I'll review it on my channel in time. Post the video. Of course, I still think my book is arguably maybe a little bit better. Certainly good value. 50 plus 2 chess quick wins. Get it on Amazon now. $13.99. Yeah, white has a good long think as well. What are they going to do? Other things I'm thinking of here is, you know, at what point do I develop that rook, maybe to c file, you know. White has really good control of the f file, so, you know, it's a little bit challenging, you know. It is restricting my movement somewhat. But their knight's not really in the game, bishop blocked in. We're both starting to run quite low on time. I was a little further sort of below on time before, but caught up a little bit. White finding it difficult to play the position. But, you know, for someone rated under 1,000, very, very good. There we go. Finally brought the queen back. So now 3 attackers, 3 defenders on that g3 square. Fundamentally a bit of a fool's game because there's nothing there. But the tension, if we're fighting for it, even if Stockfish thinks there's nothing there, it might as well be real. Now that white has deflected their queen from defense of that pawn, I thought rook to the c file. So rook a c8 was good. So calculate it a little bit further. Yeah, and the more I thought about it, the more this looked very, very good. Because I thought that they might defend by pushing something like this. But, you know, once that knight moves, or if they try to move, there is a potential pin or there is a discovered attack on the queen. Yeah, so I decided to do it. It's interesting. Stockfish doesn't believe in the move, believes in g5, attacking this side. It thinks that that attack isn't credible. But you know, obviously I can take like that. However, in this match, I think white thought it was credible. And that's really all that matters. Here we go. Blunder. C4. Can you see why it's a blunder? Oh. Capture back en passant. And I think white thought it was defended 3 times, but it's not. So effectively they lose a piece. I was wondering whether they'll see it. Do you see why it's not defended 3 times? Has to do with the discovered attack. But they didn't see it under time pressure. I can now take back with the bishop. And their knight is pinned. Queen can't take unless they want to lose their queen. Takes. Knight pinned to the queen. Attack on the queen. So, very good for me. However, let's look at the time pressure. We're both at in the 2 minutes now. And I have to admit, at this point, I wasn't entirely aware of the time pressure. You know, playing outdoors, keeping an eye on the camera. I actually really just lost track of time, and that, unfortunately, well, we will see.
Winning?
Not
Too
quite.
early.
Some more hikers on the trail. Australians are so friendly. I have to admit, that was a little bit distracting for me. I have to admit, at this point, I thought I was completely winning. And, you know, maybe that arrogance got the best of me. Queen h4. You know, it's a good move. Real pressure. Really feeling the pressure. And here I wasn't actually sure what was the best move. You know, what I was calculating, should I just straight up take? That seemed alright. and just, you know, accept the knight trade. Wasn't sure I wanted to do that. No. Also calculating just moving the queen up. You know, defend the knight that way. And as I said, I simply lost track of the fact that I was just bleeding time. I should have just made a move. In fact, I think that move was fine. This move was fine. I needed just to make a move. And by not doing so, and running down my clock, that was the main mistake. Immediately move the queen up. Eventually move the queen up. Down to just a bit over a minute. White's under a minute. What are they going to do? Yeah, made a good move. Yeah, I thought knight captures knight must be good. Overthought it. Yeah. But took. What's white going to do? Yep. And here, unfortunately, I got stuck. It's a good move. It's pinned. You know, both of these become problematic because I can't capture back. Bishop here. Defend there, prevent the infiltration. I did hear that 1 minute rattle. Good move. They took. Obviously can't take back. Pinned. And as I dropped below a minute again, I didn't hear the rattle. I expected to hear it again. Eventually, right towards the end, I was calculating this move. Rook c1 check. I thought that was probably the right move. Or do I just, I was also calculating bishop to that position. And in that calculation, having lost track of time, almost down to 10 seconds, but I didn't know. And while I was calculating it, I let myself flag. And I felt really silly because I knew I was winning. And when I heard that, I thought, oh, what happened? Oh no, I lost. Flagging. Well, I can't finish the Battle of Red Hill on that. So this is the position where I flagged, felt very silly, and in fact, on high depth analysis, Stockfish finds that there is a mate in 9. Now, the mate in 9 is a bit obscure, but I just wanted to show you how I should have played this position. As I mentioned, I found Rook c1. I was going to play it, and then of course I flagged. Basically, after Rook c1, the king is forced into this position. Now, the most human looking way of playing this onwards is quite simple. So this rook is now pinned to the king, and so if we play the bishop in that position, it forks the queen and the rook. And here, white, again, their most logical move, queen defended by the pawn, is to try to trade queens. I think even trading queens is perfectly all right, but now we have a very, very lovely rook sacrifice. So rook to h2, not quite a brilliant move, but I think it's pretty brilliant. Again, king is forced to take, queen jumps out of the way with check, and basically king is forced in this position. So, you know, they could block it, but why would they? No, they just straight up lose a queen. So king is forced into this position, and now, of course, rook captures the queen, and we are completely winning. So let's say they take, we take this way. It doesn't really matter, you know, that potentially makes sense. We can give a check. Our king forced basically almost to mate, so have to block with the pawn. And of course, now the king is shut out behind their own pieces. So check, king moves there, give a check. Let's say the king moves here, trying to be, be in a place where it's defended. Check. However, here we have mate. So that is one particular line, but most of the mates will end up looking something like this. In human terms, there's a faster machine line. You can check it out if you want to, but it's not really very human. Good game. GG.